guys, Geekonomics here, just going to push out a quick video to you today on the subject of index numbers, something I've been looking at with my year 12s in the last day or two. Often people find this quite complicated, but actually very straightforward. So index numbers, what are they actually used for? Index numbers are used to express percentage changes from a base year. You're always given the base year in a set of data, and you therefore know that percentage changes are calculated from that specific year. So I'm going to work through a very simple example, and hopefully by the end of this you'll appreciate and understand what we mean by an index number. So I've got a straightforward example set up here, 3 years worth of data, GDP data let's just say, and let's just say it's in pounds sterling. And in year 1 GDP is 10, in year 2 it's 12, and in year 3 it is 15. If you were in a maths lesson and you were simply working out percentage changes, you might be asked to calculate the percentage change from year 1 to year 2. So in doing so, you'd obviously calculate the percentage change from 10 to 12. I'm sure most of you can just look at that and you know that that is a 20% change. Similarly, you might also be asked to calculate the percentage change from 10 to 15, so from year 1 to year 3. And again, you can probably just look at that and you know in your head that that is 50%. In economics, of course, GDP numbers would be much more substantial than this. We're talking trillions of pounds, for example, in the case of the UK economy, trillions of dollars in the case of the US economy. So in that case, it makes expressing percentage changes and calculating them much more complicated because you're dealing with such big numbers. So if these were much bigger, the chances of us making a mistake are also much bigger. So how do we convert what we've got here into an index? As I've previously mentioned, all index numbers start with a base year, and I'm going to call the base year year 1. And the key thing about the base year is that the base year number is always equal to 100. And so when I'm starting to form my index number, I can simply write in here 100 because that is the base year. That is the point from which I'm going to start calculating any percentage changes. We already know that this is 20%, and therefore all we do is we add 100, we add 20 to 100, and so the new index is 120. We know that from year 1 to year 3 it's 150. Now the key thing here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are always working from the base year. So it's base year to year 2, base year to year 3. That means that I can look at this data and I know, okay, 100 to 120, 20% change. I know that. It's very straightforward. 100 to 150, I can look at that straight away. I know that's a 50% change. And so for working out percentage changes, when you've just got the index and you don't have to do any fancy calculations over here, it makes things much more straightforward. However, there's an NB here, ladies and gentlemen, a nota bene, note well. You cannot say that the change from 120 to 150, from year 2 to year 3, that is not a 30% change. In the same way as the change from year 2 to year 3 over here, from 12 to 15, that is not a 30% change either. So it would be wrong of us to say that that is 30%. Why can we not say that? We cannot say that because neither year 2 nor year 3 are the actual base year. Neither of those numbers is the base year. And so you would actually have to calculate the percentage change from year 2 to year 3. So how would we do that? So we would be looking at 15 minus 12. So we're getting the difference between the 2 years. Then we're putting it over the original number, which is 12. So what's 15 minus 12? It's 3, so that's 3 over 12, which is 1 over 4, which is 25%. So you can see it would have been wrong of us to say that from here to here, or from here to here, was a 30% change, because it's not. It's actually a 25% change. We could do the same workings over here, just using the other numbers. So it would be 150 minus 120 over 120. And that all simplifies down to the same thing, which is basically 1 over 4, and again, that is 25%. And so the percentage change there is 25%. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. It really is as simple as that. That's how we calculate a very simple index number. When it comes to index numbers like CPI and RPI, they are known as weighted index numbers because weights are attached to the proportion of money which is spent on particular items in the typical basket of goods when you're measuring inflation. But this is just a very simple, straightforward index, and I hope that's clear and you've understood that. That's all I'm going to say about that, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, just a quick one on this today, and stay tuned, keep watching. G-Economics meets next Tuesday. The meeting's all arranged. I can't wait for that. Really excited by that. And keep subscribing, and I'll see you again next time.